Hello, and welcome to the routine in the quarantine. I am your host, Adam Glass, and today I actually am going to be doing a little bit of a Q&A. They're not necessarily specific questions for me, but they are questions that I posted on Instagram that my followers have indeed commented on. They have asked me to go ahead and cover in this podcast. So I have some material for you today, and we're also later, and during the podcast, I'm going to be trying these not a sponsor, Bean Boozled every flavor jelly beans, which are pretty much the same thing as the Bertie Bott's Harry Potter every flavor beans. So you could consider this every flavor beans part 2. So I will actually go ahead and jump into these and do some more jelly bean ASMR for those of you who want to listen to that. If you don't, too bad, because I'm going to be doing it. I'm not going to be doing it a lot, and I can't seem to get... Have you ever had issues getting something open? Because I am having an issue right now. Wow, that is some severe plastic. I have not dealt with plastic this intense. I'm gonna destroy this box. Okay. Wow, that was hard. Jeez, that was insane. All right, we're gonna crack into these. Comes with a game too. Wow, that's incredible. Okay. Comes with a game. But this game we're going to play with my brother-in-law later. But I'm going to try one. This blue one right here, I'm going to try this. And the blue one could either be toothpaste or blueberry. Let's find out. That is blueberry. That is a really good jelly bean. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Let's dive right into it and get to our first question. Advice for people with April birthdays. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really sorry if your birthday is in April, because you're going to be quarantined. There is no getting out. If you're getting out, you're kind of stupid. Or you're essential. So for those of you who are non-essential, getting out is not going to happen. Especially for birthdays. Birthday party is not going to happen. Listen, I feel your pain. Okay? I was going to do a huge party for May 4th, Star Wars Day. Okay? It was going to be the biggest Star Wars party I've ever had. 6th or 7th 7th. Yeah, I think it's the 7th party we've done, annual Star Wars party, where we watch all of the Star Wars movies in one day. And you know, when a side movie would come out, we would normally play that movie that one year. And then when one of the episodic movies came out, we would just add that one to the list of movies that we would do. So when Rogue One came out the following May 4th, we watched Rogue One. And then when Episode 8 came out, we replaced Rogue One with Episode 8. And then we did the same thing with Solo. We watched Episode 8 and Solo. And then when now that Episode 9 is out, we will be watching all of them, including Rogue One and Solo. Episodes 1 through 9. We have all of the movies. My brother got a very nice DVD collector set, and we're going to be watching that on Star Wars Day, regardless of whether there's a party or not. I may push the party. Look, this is just what you all are going to have to do. Okay? If you really must have social interaction, if you have to have the party push it back like a few months. Okay, have your birthday party in August or something. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay, it's a birthday. Now, if you're 7, maybe that's a big deal because you're 7. But maybe you're 20, and then maybe you could just, order a birthday cake off Amazon or something, and then eat it by yourself while you watch New Girl in your room on Netflix. Try that. No, but there actually are a few things that you could try. One, you could do a Zoom call or like a Hangouts meet video. Facebook Messenger, you can have several people on a video call at once. And what's cool about these is that, such as Zoom and whatnot, which is what I use for my interviews. So you can actually see who's talking, and you can actually on the video feed, you can see everyone's faces. Now, if you'd like to do Zoom, you can, just like me with my interviews, you could actually record it. So you don't have to have your mom yelling at your dad or your brother or sister saying, "Are you taking pictures?" And they're like, "Oh, no," and then they pull out the camera, but it's too late. You already blew out the candles. So then you got to listen to your mom yell at your dad for hours because he didn't film you blowing out your candles for the 21st time in a row. 21 times, yeah. Okay. So you could do some kind of conference call. It'd be like, "Hey everyone, thank you for coming to my Zoom meeting, my Zoom birthday conference meeting. We're going to have a PowerPoint on how long I've been alive and a slideshow, and I expect there to be a report on how much you love me on my desk by the evening." So, yeah. You could do that. That would be really fun. You could have people do, if you want to do gifts. If you're self-absorbed and you want people to bring you gifts and go out of their way and possibly break quarantine and break the law to bring you a present, you could ask people to do care drops, care packages, if you would. And basically they'll drive by your house, spray down a box with Lysol or whatever the contents are. If it's like a birthday cake, that might not be the best thing. And then just like have them drop off gifts by your house. You could have them do Amazon gifts where they buy the Amazon product and have it shipped to your house as a gift. You could do all of these things. You can do a online video game party if you are a gamer. Perhaps ask as many people as you know to hop online to Xbox Live or PS4 on the PC and join one big chat party and have some kind of like Minecraft party if you're like 10, or if you're even younger, whether you're like 7 or 13, you could do Fortnite. Or maybe you're like a Twitch thought. So you're just like this really sexy 22-year-old who likes to stream Fortnite. Maybe you can get all of your male followers to get onto a party chat, and you could Twitch stream and have the chat go on, and that could be your birthday party. I would definitely love to do that. The thing is that a lot of my friends these days don't really do games, but that would be even more funny. Ask them to Twitch stream as well. Ask your grandma to Twitch stream Fortnite. That would be really funny to watch. I would love to ask my dad to Twitch stream Call of Duty or Halo. He would just shoot the ground or the sky, spin around in circles a few times. It'd be great. Good times. Yeah. Anything else? You could go on a walk like you've done every day this week. Unless you're a hermit, or you're living under a rock, or you hate the outdoors. Like you're that guy from Benchwarmers who just can't stand the sun or the moon. You just can't get outside. A lily white little thing squirming on the ground, hiding from the light from the outside world. Kind of reminds me of quarantine. These are all things that you could do. Honestly, not bad ideas. depending on what your hobbies are. You could do a FaceTime kind of, no matter what app it may be that you use, you could use some kind of conference call where you're all doing, your favorite hobbies together and you just talk. There's a game that we played at my birthday party, thanks to my good friend Matt Bell. Shout out to Matthew Bell. Follow him on Instagram. Great guy. He did this cool thing where it's like, hey, everybody takes turns about telling their most embarrassing thing they know about the birthday boy, girl, person, they, them, and talk about the best thing about them. So they talk about the most embarrassing story they have that embarrasses the birthday person the most, and also the nicest thing they can think of. So you do both. And it, breaks the ice, and it also compliments them. But make sure that when you compliment, you always follow it with a roast. Or you roast. You don't always have to follow it with a compliment. So yeah, those are ideas. Definitely, if your birthday's coming up, definitely I would order your birthday cake now, unless you have enough materials to make a cake. In which case, you could always just wait until your birthday to make a cake. If you don't want to party, you could always just do certain activities with your family. But that would be gross. You're already with your family a lot because it's quarantining. Why would you do that? That's disgusting. Try doing like a scavenger hunt around the house. If your family is cool and you're not completely sick and tired of them yet, have them hide certain items around the house that you have to find. And then you could do some kind of, scavenger hunt around the house all day. That'd be really cool. Try doing the things that I mentioned in episode 5. Try licking your elbow and try going a whole day without saying the word like. Try things like that. Okay, moving on. What is the longest you've ever gone without a shower? I must say, Rocky, move, get out of here. I thought that today's episode might be a good day because I wasn't going to drop my mic. Stupid dog. You're retarded. Get out of here. Stop eating trash. You eat everything. You eat my flowers. You eat my trash. You'd eat my puke, wouldn't you? Dumb dog. He's cute, but he's dumb. Okay, moving on. Yeah, what is the longest you've ever gone without a shower? When I was a child, I was gross. Oh, wow. Probably 2 weeks. That's probably the longest I've ever gone. This was back before I hit puberty. So, I didn't, kids can smell, don't get me wrong, but I didn't really get out of the house very much. I didn't roll around in mud or anything. I just played video games. I went to church. Usually my mom would make me take a shower for church. But I probably went 2 weeks without taking a shower. In my later years, teenage years, adult time, adolescent to adult years, probably a week and a half because, Boy Scout camp, the week-long summer camp, I know for a fact I didn't shower that whole week. So, if there was any circumstance where I didn't, I can't really remember a specific time that I didn't shower, okay? Except for, Boy Scout summer camp, 2016. I know I didn't shower that whole week, so it was 6 to 7 days of no showers. And sleeping out in the hot summer heat. So that, regardless of, sometimes it doesn't really matter how long you've gone without taking a shower. Sometimes it matters what conditions you're not taking a shower in. Because if I don't take a shower for a week while I'm in the house and I don't get out of the house at all, I might smell, but if I'm changing clothes and I'm not really doing anything dirty, I might not end up smelling that bad after a week or two. But if I'm in the hot sun doing stuff like whitewater rafting, high copes course, which is very physically intense, and I'm sweating all day long in 100-degree weather, and then I go and I sleep in a hammock where every night I sleep in the same sleeping bag, which is Sweat Central in there because it's made for low degree weather, and I'm sleeping in that in the summer. Good lord, I can only imagine the kind of bacteria that grew inside my sleeping bag that week. So that whole week, I didn't shower at all. Um, that might actually be true. I know that I did a summer camp without showering. I think the one where I did the Hyla Copes course and the whitewater rafting, I think I did shower once, halfway through the week. So, but I know that there were at least 2 summer camps in my scouting career where I didn't shower at all. I know that for a fact. So when the further back you go in my life, because like over the years I've gotten better at hygiene. I shower all the time now. I don't really go more than 2 days without a shower, depending on like how I feel. Like I always feel better after a shower. I don't really go a whole day. 24 hours without a shower is pretty rare. But it's just like, at least without rinsing off. Like I'm talking about like using shampoo and soap and everything. Sometimes I'll just rinse off. I don't even use the soap. I've heard experts, I don't have a specific source, but sometimes people say that, it's not necessarily good for you to use shampoo twice a day, or even every day. Maybe like every other day. Taking a shower every day is fine, but like, that's just a rinse off. Try doing shampoo like one day, and then the next day you just rinse, and then the next day, and if you shower like twice a day, just do shampoo in the morning, and then for the next 2 days or so, just rinse. Don't use shampoo or soap because it can be bad for your hair and skin, unless it's like medicated and you like need it. Whatever. Anyways, yeah. So showering, the further back you go in my childhood, like the closer you get to the day I was born, the more gross I get, and the more weird I get. I was really weird when I was really young, and so like you get more fear. Like the further back you go in my timeline, you get more fears. You get a higher pitched voice. You get more grossness because I didn't take showers or baths or whatever, unless my parents made me, which was like every Sunday. So like back then it was like going a week or two without a shower was like easy. Back then, like if I had missed church for whatever reason, then yeah, I could easily have gone 2 weeks without taking a shower, because I hid it from people. I didn't get really close to people. I wasn't necessarily antisocial. I just didn't have that many friends outside of family. So I was actually kind of a cool kid. People didn't really give me a chance. I was fun. I played video games. I watched movies. I was pretty smart. I was smart as a kid. Very analytically thinking. Science and stuff. I was a grade ahead of my age. I was 1 grade early. A lot of homeschoolers do that. A lot of homeschoolers enter school early. I wasn't really involved in any co-ops though, because Lynchburg has a lot of co-ops, and a lot of my friends were involved in the co-ops here in Lynchburg, and yeah, so didn't really have that in Austin, Texas, until I moved up here when I was 13. Shortly before I met Michael, joined a Boy Scout troop who were mostly homeschoolers, so I actually fit in. And that's when I started making friends. So I had a friend in Texas. His name was Bronson. And he was like my best friend. And we played games together, and we would talk together when I went to church. The problem is that everything is 30 minutes away in Texas. So I'm like, 30 minutes south of Austin, where my church was, and he was like 30 minutes north of Austin, where the church was. So like I was like an hour away from him, so I never got to go hang out at his house or do like things outside of church with him, which sucked. And he was a lot more sheltered than I was, so like couldn't play certain games with him or whatever. Anyways, so yeah, gross stuff. Good talking about that. Feel free to answer these questions yourselves in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. This isn't just me, guys. This is you. This is your show. Do you like chicken nuggies? I do like chicken nuggies, especially if they're shaped like dinosaurs. Those are my favorite. I love chicken nuggies that are shaped like dinosaurs. If it's shaped like dinosaurs, for some reason, it's just a billion times better. A bajillion times better. It just has to be. If it's like a Chick-fil-A nugget, those are like some of my favorite types of nuggets. I will say the best chicken nuggets I've ever had are the ones that my mom makes. She like rolls them in this kind of like this batter, and puts like crackers, like saltine crackers, and crunches them up, and then like takes it from the egg and flour and whatnot, and rolls them in this like saltine cracker batter, and then grills them or like bakes them after they've already been fried. Or no, she fries them. Yeah, she fries them with this saltine. Sometimes she bakes them if she wants to do like a low carb version, and those are really good too. But she finds different ideas to do these crusts, and it's really interesting and really cool. Very, very fun. They're so good. They're so good. I could eat a bajillion of them. That's my favorite word. Right now, actually, my favorite word is we'll talk about that another day. We'll talk about favorite words in English language another day. But no, seriously though, like my mom's chicken nuggets, they're famous. They're really good. Her chicken nuggets and her hot sauce, absolutely out of this world. You haven't had hot sauce, especially if you live north of Texas. Then you don't know what hot sauce is. You just don't. If you've never been to like Texas, southern Texas, I mean, if you go to Mexico, they don't have enough fruit to make hot sauce. So like, if you're like, hey, I want some authentic Mexican food, no, you don't. You don't want authentic Mexican food. You want Texarkana. You want Tex-Mex, not Texarkana. Tex-Mex is the authentic Mexican food that you want. You know, that's southern Texas, midwestern Texas stuff, food right there. If you want authentic Mexican food, that's basically saying that you want plain tortillas with nothing on them, because that's authentic. You know, they don't have any food. They don't eat very much down there. Okay. So yeah, I love chicken nuggets. If Chick-fil-A nuggets were shaped like dinosaurs, or if my mom shaped the nuggets like dinosaurs, yeah, if my mom shaped the nuggets like dinosaurs, I would be dead. Because I would have eaten so many of them. Take that sentence out of context. If my mom shaped her nuggets like dinosaurs, oh man. Okay, moving on. What is an art project you can make with bananas? Well, let me tell you, good sir, ma'am, Caesar. I used a banana for my mic before it died, and I'm ordering a banana online as soon as like I remember to do it. I will be getting a plastic or styrofoam banana, or like a squeezy foam banana, to be putting in here. That way it doesn't die when I speak into it, because that banana lasted exactly 30 minutes or 45 minutes, however long that episode was. But I consider this podcast art. So, I mean, let's see. Art. It's from my mind. Okay? I'm creating this podcast. It has no practical value. This podcast has no practical value that's going to enhance the livelihood or quality of life for humanity or or society today. It didn't require a degree to do this podcast. So it definitely fits into the art category. So make a podcast with bananas. Or make a stop motion movie about bananas. What I would do if I were in your situation, I had a lot of bananas and a lot of time, and I was really bored, is I would most certainly use toothpicks or like those pipe cleaners that you can shape, and I would stick them in, definitely pipe cleaners, I would stick them in the bananas, okay? And I would find a way to like prop up the banana so that you could do stop motion movies. Because there's a lot of cameras these days, like there's apps I'm sure that can help you do with stop motion. Look it up. Figure it out. Stop motion is really hard to do. I used to do it with Legos. I just realized I haven't eaten a bean in a while, so I'm gonna eat this orange one. What could it be? Either barf or peach. We'll find out. You know what? I got it wrong. That one was either dead fish or strawberry banana smoothie, and that was definitely dead fish. You know what it tasted like? Tuna. It's like I just ate a tuna fish jelly bean. That's what it tastes like. That's not the worst one I've had though. Great, now my breath smells like sardines or something. Okay. Back to the bananas. Put like pipe cleaners and make arms, and like if you have any googly eyes or like arts and crafts materials, turn the banana into a banana person, and then like make a stop motion video with bananas, and like have a story. Recreate the ending of The Thing with bananas. If you do that, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. I'd watch that. I would share that. I'd share the crap out of that. If you remake the ending of the 1980s remake of The Thing with bananas, we have Kurt Russell being like, he's got like a thermite bomb or dynamite, and you have a banana that's like mushed with a bunch of other bananas. Like you create this banana monster, and then you're like, he's like, all right, and he's like, F you too, and throws the bomb, and then it's like, and then you have like banana smutch just go everywhere in like a stop motion video. Do you know how viral that would be? I'd watch that. That would be amazing. Make like a horror movie with bananas. Make it super gory, but it's like banana smutch. I might do that. I'm gonna take that idea and do it. But if you do it first, that's fine. Because I probably won't actually end up doing it, because I think we're out of bananas. They went out and got bananas last grocery run, and I think we're out. Okay. Moving on. So that's just an idea for you. And that's the only idea I'm going to give you. Okay. Would you drown with pickles? I'm your mouth if you could. What? Okay. I'm assuming he meant in your mouth. Would you drown with pickles in your mouth if you could? There's a lot of questions that I have. This question spawns more questions than answers. Because, first of all, am I drowning in pickles? Or am I drowning in water with pickles in my mouth? Or am I drowning in a pickle jar with pickles in my mouth? Am I drowning in pickles with pickles in my mouth? I'm really confused. So you, good sir Z, ma'am, are going to have to answer this one for me, but I will try. I think drowning is one of the worst deaths. Now, I've actually heard it's really peaceful right at the end. When you fully accept that you're dying, and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to breathe this crap in, and it's like, you're heaving and convulsing. But after, like, right before you die, there's like this like peaceful, oh, my lungs are full of water, and you know what? Life is bliss. Wow. And you die. You're like, I'm floating. What? You're dead. But, how would they know? Because they die, Unless they're like brought back to life, which is impossible. Unless you're Jesus. That's crazy. So, yeah, I'm guessing they get like CPR done right after they drown or something. Otherwise, how could they really know that? And like, what source am I getting that from? It's probably a horrible death. It probably really, really sucks. Ask somebody if they enjoyed drowning. I dare you to find somebody who drowned and say, hey, did you really enjoy it? Was it a peaceful way to go? See if they enjoyed drowning. No. It's either drowning or burning alive. Those are the two deaths that I would hate. I don't think, although burning alive is very similar to freezing to death, if you think about it, because you go numb after a certain point. It just burns away all of your nerves, and then you're just nothing. You burn alive. And then if you're cold, you start feeling things, But I think either extremes are both really sucky, but I think burning alive would be the worst death, shortly followed by drowning. And then freezing. Because at least freezing, you get funny at the end. Your brain starts to go to smush, and you're just like, everything is funny. And, it's kind of a good mood, and you feel warm and cuddly and fuzzy, and then you die. So probably not the worst way to go. Limbs fall off, and you're just like, what? That's crazy. That's what I would do. So, whether I was drowning in pickles, that sounds like a horrifying way to go. Absolutely horrifying. I can only imagine being covered in pickles. Covered so deep in pickles that no light can get through, and you're just like in an endless ocean of pickles. Sounds like a horrifying nightmare. And to imagine if those pickles were so many. Imagine if they were the little pickles, and you're just like swimming beneath an ocean of pickles, and there's no way out, no matter how much you try, and you have pickles in your lungs, and you're drowning in pickles, and it's all in your mouth and your esophagus, and you're just pickles, so many pickles, and you're like becoming a pickle. It's like, that's what it would feel like. That would be the most horrifying. Probably okay, I changed my mind. That's the worst way to go. Oh my gosh, that's the worst way to go, drowning in pickles. For whoever asked me that question, hell no. H-E double hockey sticks. Okay. Is tomato sauce a smoothie? Good question. That is me. It says, and then a footnote says, because B, the letter B, C-U-Z, because. Well done. English, and the English Oscar goes to, the Tony Award goes to you, because you used because. Tomatoes are fruits. You're very correct. Tomatoes are technically a fruit. Why in the world is Bob the Tomato in VeggieTales? Oh, I mean, they do have pears in VeggieTales, don't they? Or are they squashes? Probably squashes. Yeah, so, yeah, Bob the Tomato, he's like one of the main VeggieTales. He is a tomato, which means he is a fruit. So, because tomatoes have seeds inside of them. They have a skin, it's grows on a bush. It's a tree, right? Tomato plant. It's a plant, I guess. But fruits can grow from plants. I mean, think about it. Like coconuts are technically grass seeds. Did you know that? Yeah, because like a palm tree is a form of grass. It's not a tree. Crazy, right? So I'm just blowing your mind now. Consider your mind blown. Bam, blam, blammo. No point in living anymore because your mind is done. Toast. But I wouldn't consider it a good smoothie. If it was a smoothie, I don't think it's a very good smoothie, because if I were to drink tomato sauce, I can't even have just straight up tomato sauce. Good lord, what is sauce? No, I'm gonna take that Oscar I give you. I'm gonna give it to myself, because I just verboed. Do you know what a verbo is? It's a verbal typo. That's what a verbo is. So yeah, tomato sauce. If it is a smoothie, I don't even like tomato soup by itself. Even if it's like seasoned really well, just drinking straight up tomato soup. I keep on wanting to say sauce. Like what? Okay. But like if it's tomato juice or tomato sauce just by itself, it's kind of like just straight up drinking ketchup to me for whatever reason. Like I don't want. But having it on like pizza, I don't know, because like, I mean, if that's the case, then couldn't pizza be spread with like strawberry smoothie-ness? Now, a smoothie, typically you would put ice in it. You would make it junky, but you don't have to. Smoothies can be just a series of ingredients with a fruit in it. That's usually what a smoothie is. You can have. It doesn't necessarily even have to have fruit in it. I've made smoothies with just milk, spinach. There are spinach smoothies. So to be honest, I don't think it would be a smoothie, simply because it's a fruit. Because I've had milk and spinach smoothies. Having it as a fruit doesn't necessarily make it a smoothie. Smoothies can have fruit in it, but does every smoothie on earth, is it? Oh, let's look up the definition of a smoothie. Definition of a smoothie. Smoothie, a man with a smooth, suave manner. That's me. Y'all, okay, there it is. So no, I don't think tomato sauce would be a smoothie because, number one, it's not a man. Number two, it's not me. No, I'm just kidding. There's another one. A thick, smooth drink of fresh fruit pureed with milk, yogurt, or ice cream. So that's technically the definition. I don't think you may... Okay, so taking back what I said earlier, I have had smoothies where... So that wouldn't technically be a smoothie. I guess that would be more of a shake. A spinach shake, I guess, with the milk. It did specify fruit, but it also specified milk, yogurt, or ice cream. So you don't normally put milk, yogurt, or ice cream in tomato sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's a big fat no. I'm going to quickly eat, one more of these jelly beans, and then we're going to move on. This one is either dirty dishwater or birthday cake. It's dirty dishwater. So I'm actually just decided that I'm not going to have a guest on today. I'll save the guest for tomorrow, and we'll do more jelly beans tomorrow. Maybe I'll do most of the show as an interview with my brother-in-law. We'll do the game with the jelly beans as an episode tomorrow. But these last 5 minutes, I want to get into this last question of what is God to me. That's a loaded question, and I have gone a good portion of my life as a Christian. And in recent years, I have come to doubt my faith, which is not a bad thing. I think all Christians should doubt their faith at some point. It talks about doubting the faith in Hebrews, and Paul talks about it a lot in Romans. And the thing is that doubt, if you do it right, if you are a true Christian, doubt is not your enemy. Okay? It's thinking you have it all figured out. That's your enemy. Okay? Not having any doubts at all. That's when it gets scary. Because then you think, oh, I know everything. Okay? And if you're not Christian and you're not doubting your evolution theories, or if you're pantheistic and you think that everything is God and you are God and God is within you and God is everything, it's just being spiritual and having the crystals, and whatnot, that whole kind of religious spirituality aspect. If you're not doubting aspects and constantly striving to find the truth, you're in a dangerous position. I don't care who you are, what you believe in. Okay? Doubting is important because it leads to asking questions. And if you ask the right questions, you can find the right answers. They are out there. Okay? The truth exists. There is no, my truth, your truth. Moral relativism does not stand on its legs. It doesn't have legs to stand on. It has no pillars in logic. Okay? You cannot say, because then I could just murder your family and be like, I thought that it was true. I thought it was okay. That's moral relativism. And then there's truthful relativism where, where basically I say, I murdered your whole family, or you say I murdered your whole family, and you watched me do it, and then I say I think you're wrong. That's just basic relativism. And it's like, I deny that. My truth says that I didn't murder your family, so therefore I'm right because it's my truth. It just doesn't make any sense. There is a truth. I murdered the family. You know what I mean? Somebody killed them. That person killed them. That happened. There is truth. There is something that exists. It is has a basis in reality. There is a reality. Okay? Even if everything is in the Matrix, you exist. You can think. Therefore, you are. Right? So, that being said, there is a truth. And whether you're Christian or not, I have scrutinized the Christian religion. I have scrutinized every other religion. I have criticized them, and I have gone through it all logically, and the most logical outcome that I could come up with was that there is an intelligent, all-knowing, all-powerful, all-loving, all-good God who is merciful and kind and full of grace, who has decided to come to this earth in human form as Jesus Christ and save his creation from themselves. Okay? Because he loved us enough. We're like his little clay minion toys that he just loves so much. His favorite hobby, if you will. And he was like, you know what? You guys kind of suck without me, so I'm going to give you all of me so that you don't suck anymore. And you know what? A good portion of people were like, nah fam, I ain't about that. Which is sad. But it's true. It's almost as if they have a wall pulled over their eyes. And they just don't want to see the truth. But that's the thing. I have come to find what I believe, what I have faith in to be true. Okay? I go as far as to say I know it to be true. But you could say, hey, you know what? That's what you found. That's the evidence that you followed. That's the trail that you went down. And you know what? That's so great. I've gone another path. And you know what? That's okay too. You can go find your path. Okay? People can do their own thing. I have no say over what you do. Just don't stop asking questions. Don't stop asking for the truth, because if you do, I warn you, okay? You can do whatever you want. You can be right, and you can be wrong. You could be right, and I could be wrong. Either way, you have the right to be wrong and right, depending on however you want to do it. It's your life. Live it. But don't stop asking questions, because, you're a fool if you don't. That's just the truth. It's not even my opinion. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back here tomorrow with some Jelly Bean ASMR action, just as I was a little bit today, with my brother-in-law Larry, and we will be playing this fun game. And I just spilt some beans on my counter. Thanks again. This has been The Routine in the Quarantine with your host, Adam Glass. God bless. Stay safe.